Determine if you want to make those steps mandatory. Okay, so the agents can't skip and they can't snooze. That's a mandatory step. You can also select the time interval from the last step, and you can keep going until you finish your steps. You'll have a quick view, and you can make it easier by dragging and dropping the steps. And once you like what you've added, you go to finish steps, because who doesn't love finish steps, right? Now, all you need to do at this point is then just review and save what you've done. That's it. Say it again. Review and save. That's it. You're done. Now, you can do these 3 things, right? You have the Excel spreadsheet, the old binder, the sticky notes on your computer, but we're telling you that you don't have to anymore, okay? If you have an office full of agents, or you have multiple office, or you're just starting out, you'll be able to automate processes and systems that would otherwise take human hours and resources to be able to accomplish. This enables you to be more productive, focus on relationship elements of our business, and assure that all associates have the absolutely same opportunity for success, no matter how seasoned or how new they are in the business. And here's the best part. This is by exit for exit, right? This platform is yours. You know, if you've ever had the idea in the middle of the night, have you ever experienced this? Maybe you heard a process, or you heard something that inspired you and said, you know what? If I take that element and put it into my process, it's going to take my process, it's going to make the whole process even better. Have you ever experienced that? You can add that into the step of your workflow. You can see who they're assigned to, and you can view their progress at a glance. So let's dive into an example of a specific workflow. So right here, you'll notice at a high level, here are the steps for a new listing workflow. You can see the real-time accountability. You can see that it's fully trackable, all right? You can see if a task has been completed, if it's been snoozed, or if it's been skipped. You can clap at any time, okay? All right, now here's an example of workflows located in your library. You're gonna have a list, and at a glance, you'll see how many steps are within that workflow and category. And when we launch, our goal is to provide you workflows created by our leaders. Now, how cool would it be to have Tammy on building your Dirty Dozen as a workflow? Cool, right? Or what about Janice Pedway-Lynn on great lead follow-up? Okay? Or how about Bob McKinnon on how to be better at sponsoring? Or even me on helping your agents generate leads using your exit tools. Right? But it's still your office, your way. So you can make it available to all agents. So once they complete a workflow, you'll get the notification, so you can congratulate them. Hey, I saw that you completed that workflow. That's awesome. Agents love to feel noticed, don't they? Yeah. They love to be encouraged along the way, don't they? Now, you can also assign it, you can pick 4 people. They get a notification to complete it. You can automate it, so you can pick a trigger, which is an event. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And you can automate it. So first off, exit workflow engine. This is standardizing, automating, and monitoring at scale. So it's your dashboard. It's going to provide you a quick view of your active workflows and the process of each, the progress of each. Workflows coupled with human or automated observations should work to enhance your ability to help others. No matter the experience level of your associates, you get to meet them where they are. Okay? You can guide them on a specific path to succeed, but a workflow is steps to follow. Action items are steps on what the associates will do. So an action item is how they'll know specifically what to do next. They can complete it, they can snooze it, they can skip it, unless it's not mandatory. If it's mandatory, they're required to do that step. But you're gonna have a pulse on each associate at every stage of the workflow. So here's another one. Trigger is an event that we detect in memo. So new listing, just sold, new associate, price adjustment, birthday, exit anniversary, and more. Now automations are what you can set and forget. So you can attach these to a trigger. For example, so when an event happens, like a new listing hits the market, the automation will automatically trigger the workflow. So it's not you following every exit associate saying, here are the steps, and go, okay? Now automations, of course we want this, because let's say, and I know this happens quite a bit, because I travel across North America, and let's say in your office, you do a prospecting initiative with our mindset trainers. Anybody do that regularly? You do what drives automations. And in this example, here are 3 workflow automations in progress. So we have listing, listing sold, price change, and then we have a 4th workflow automation that's not activated. That's for a new agent. You'll see that in the example there at the bottom. You get to determine the workflow. You can assign it, and the exit agent workflow will follow the associate through the process. You get to watch in real-time activity as it happens. And we'll have some workflow automations created for you to get started. That's awesome. And you can edit the workflows. So even though we'll have some workflows already created for you, you can take those workflows and you can adjust them. Because what works in your market in Wills Point, Texas, doesn't apply to what works in Manhattan, New York, right? So it has tremendous flexibility. You can also add an automation. Now here are some easy steps. First, what you're gonna do to create an automation is you're gonna click on the add button. So add automation. Because it's your office, your way, right? So when you select the add automation button, it will say select your trigger, like new listing, for example. You pick your workflow. So like in this example, we have Nick's workflow for new properties. And then you get to select your assignees. So you can do this by role. And then you can save and automate. That's it. How are we doing, guys?
Very good.
Doing good so far? Now, here's what's amazing is that your agents are not going to have to wonder what to do next. They get to follow your workflow as you created it, okay? Based on what you already know that works well in your market.